Alright guys, how you doing? It's Beer here again. Thanks for tuning into this video. This is the last video demonstration for the Strymon BigSky reverb machine that I've been reviewing. The Strymon BigSky is a multi-reverb machine and it's incredible. It has 12 different types of reverb on it. It's infinitely adjustable and customizable, so I really recommend you check it out. But without further ado, we're on to the very last reverb machine, which is called Reflections. The Reflections machine is a psychoacoustically accurate small space reverb that allows you to move your amp somewhere in the room, or anywhere in the room, should I say. The Reflections algorithm precisely calculates 250 reflections based on the source position within the chosen room shape. The psychoacoustic modifiers adjust for human auditory perception to create unparalleled ambient space realism and dry instruments and vocal tracks. What they're saying is they've created the most precise possible room simulator they could possibly come up with. So essentially, I've got my amp in a room and I can build my room around it depending on where I am in it, basically. So it's quite incredible, but I'd like to hear how that translates to my ears. So if we go over to the closed cam, parameter 1 gives us low end again. So parameter 2 gives me location Y. It positions the amplifier towards the front or the back of the room. The reflections are recalculated accordingly with the movement of the amp. When the amp is in the front of the room closest to me, the dry signal will dominate over the reflections, whereas moving the amp to the back, like this, will result in the reflections arriving at times and amplitude similar to the direct sound, thus appearing more reverberant overall. Wow, that's really intense. Okay, so I'm going to pop the decay up so that we can really hear what's going on here. And I'm going to pop the mix up as well with a bit more tone, and I'm going to drop the modulation for this. Now if we go into the parameter settings, we can see location Y and location X. Just so you know, location Y must have been overall more important for the quick adjustment for the distance where the amp is to you. So location X positions the amplifier towards the left or the right of the room. So if I go in, left or right, let's keep it central for now. The reflections are recalculated accordingly with the movement of the amp to the dry signal is panned through the stereo analog buffers to give proper imaging. So if I was using the left and the right in and the left and the right out, what we get is a really clear stereo image. Or alternatively, if you're using this in studio for vocals, drums, guitar, whatever, you would also hear that. And then if we go back out, shape basically is the shape of the room. So we have square, rectangular or oblong. I'm going to go with rectangular. Right, let's hear how this sounds. Push the diffusion up. So as you can see on the close-up cam, the diffusion is a lot, the decay is a lot smaller than it has been on previous reverb machines, where we've had up to 20 seconds of decay, whereas on this we only have 400 milliseconds, because what it's creating is a really accurate room sound. Put more low end in, let's have a bit less. So by dropping the tone, I assume that just kind of works a bit more like dampening. So let's try right at the front. So you can barely hear any reverb there. So I'm going to pop that back up like this. Much roomier. Now if I go into the parameter, I'm going to change the shape of the room again. I'm going to go with oblong. Where are we? Oblong. Right, yeah, let's try that. Wow, you can really hear the difference there. Again, this is pretty cool for, I mean, to be fair, if I was playing that kind of more like that kind of stuff, you know, like chicken picking, it would probably be quite useful for that. I'm not much of a chicken picker, but instantly what I'm saying about this particular machine is that it's incredibly useful on a more production engineer side of things, because again, you can get that kind of nice room sound if you want for your amp, but that is a drum room or that is a vocal booth, and that just, you know, that's just great. Honestly, that's such a useful tool. It's not as if you don't have loads of other amazing reverbs to mess around with on the BigSky, but this is just a great room simulator. So yeah, that's the reflections reverb. So that basically is self-explanatory. Create your own reflections for whatever it is you're choosing to record or play with or anything like that. So that's it. That's the Strymon BigSky. Like I said, you know, this has been a brief sort of overlook of all the kind of different reverbs on the pedal. You know, it's a really, really great pedal. I can't say enough about it. I just strongly recommend you get sat down for an hour or two in front of an amp of your choice with a nice guitar and just have a play, because it really is something else. It's reverb like you've never heard it before. I mean, you know, when I think of reverb on an amp, you know, for instance, like on this thing, you know, it's nice reverb, but it's amp reverb. This is reverb, there's an art to it, you know? Just like the same with the Timeline and the Mobius, you know, they've gone to such an extent to create the best audio quality for the effects, for the specific effects they're trying to create. So check it out, see what you think. They're available at your local retailers. Go to andertons.co.uk because I know they stock them there, and seriously just check them out. Thank you very much to Strymon. Thank you, Ethan, for chucking one of these across to me so I could review it for you guys. I hope you've enjoyed these series, and yeah, soon enough we will have a video using all the Strymon gear and a couple of different just playing demo videos. So anyway, I've been Rabea, and I will see you all soon.